Fox Sports.
We are Black Hawk. We are Minnesota.
Yesterday, the Twins broke a losing streak. Tonight, they try to start building a winning streak, taking on the Oakland A's in the middle game of a three-game series. In the middle of the Twins lineup again tonight, one of the hottest hitters in the American League, Joe Mauer, over the last 10 games, hitting .459. And he hopes to have another good night at the plate here tonight. And it is a cool evening here at Target Field as the Twins hope to make it 2 in a row over the Oakland A's. Dick and Bert with you. Twins winning a ball game yesterday, ending the losing streak, and winning it, scoring some runs in kind of an unusual manner.
Yeah, the Twins, really didn't take the lead until the bottom of the 8th inning when they were all tied up. The Oakland A's took a 4-3 lead, but in the bottom of the inning, Joe Mauer beating out a base hit and then getting a pretty good walking lead right there and stealing second base. They ended up walking Willingham to set up Justin Morneau right off the end of the bat and placed perfectly. A double that scored Joe Mauer for the tying run, and then Ryan Domet, the next hitter, ended up a sacrifice fly. Josh Willingham scoring. Twins winning 5-4. Not only good hitting, but good relief pitching by Matt Capps. After a tough night the night before, Capps came out and got the save.
Well, Cole Vries makes his second start for the Minnesota Twins here tonight, and in his first start, a fairy tale story, and almost a fairy tale ending.
Can you imagine what he's going through? He's warming up down in the bullpen right now, probably ready to walk in and relax maybe for 5 minutes before he takes that mound. Born in Eden Prairie, he's always probably, I'm sure, had a dream of pitching for the Minnesota Twins here in Minnesota. Forget about how he pitched in Chicago tonight. Take a lot of deep breaths, relax, and have fun because it goes by too fast.
Yesterday it was Memorial Day. Today it's Twitter Tuesday. We didn't have mail delivery yesterday. I don't know about today, but we're going to have with Brian Dunsing, our featured guest on Twitter Tuesday when we come back. Fox Sports North is brought to you by your local Northland Ford dealers. Visit your local Northland Ford dealer or go to northlandford.com. By Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards. And by a reminder from Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Designate a driver.
Game 2 of the 3-game set, Twins and Oakland A's here on Fox Sports North from downtown Minneapolis. I'm Robbie and Smikowski. Today is Twitter Tuesday. We grab a Twins player every Tuesday and ask him a few questions from you, all the Twitter followers here on Fox Sports North, and we use the hashtag AskATwin. Today's Twitter Tuesday guest was Brian Dunsing. The first question, it comes from Steven Nishka. Brian, what's more stressful, being brought into the game with the bases loaded or being the starter who pitched his way into it?
Oh, man, that's a good question. I think it's more stressful coming into it. Just because, I mean, the reason you're being brought into the game at that time is to stop the bleeding and to get out of the situation. I mean, yeah, there's nothing more hectic than that. If you're a starter and pitch yourself into that situation, you just feel cruddy. I mean, the pressure's off you now. You're out of the game.
Each and every Tuesday at a Twins home game is Twitter Tuesday. Use the hashtag AskATwin, and you never know, your question may make the airwaves. When we come back, it's Cole Vries making his first big league start for the team he grew up rooting for. Here's hoping it's a good one. First pitch with Dick and Bert, next on Fox Sports North.
Yesterday by returning to a familiar formula. You begin with some solid starting pitching. Then toss in some good defense, including 4 double plays. Add some timely situational hitting late in the game. And top it off with a redemptive save by your closer. Now we'll see if they continue to use this formula and pick up another win against the A's tonight. Pitching in home games for Cole Vries used to mean pitching on the mound at Eden Prairie High School. And then later on, pitching in home games meant taking the mound at Siebert Field. I don't know if any of those experiences can prepare him for what he's facing tonight as he takes the mound for the first time at Target Field. The Menards Athletics batting order: Jemile Weeks, Colin Cowgill, Josh Reddick, Seth Smith, Brandon Inn, Tila Ka'aohui, Kurt Suzuki, Coco Crisp, and Cliff Pennington.
Well, Cole Vries made 89 minor league starts. He made 1 start in Chicago, and there here are his numbers. 5+ innings. He did give up 3 home runs, but he will always remember this one here tonight. Pitching in front of family and friends. That's the most important thing. His family was there in Chicago, but he's got a lot of friends here watching him pitch his second major league game.
Jemile Weeks takes strike one.
And he already did better than I did when I was in Anaheim. I couldn't move my right foot.
Weeks, Cowgill, and Reddick here in the Oakland first inning. A breaking ball, taken low, 1-1.
Yeah, what we saw from the Vries, not an overpowering fastball. He's a guy that has to hit his spots. He'll mix in a slider, curveball, and a changeup. His key, get ahead in the count, so he can throw those other pitches.
Down and away, 2-1.
Cole, 27 years old, born and raised in Eden Prairie. A non-drafted free agent picked by the Twins in 2006.
And now 3-1.
Take a deep breath.
Struck out the first batter he faced in his major league debut, Alejandro Diaza. And he delivered strike one to Weeks, and now the count 3-1. And he walked him. Northland Ford defense for the Twins. An outfield of Josh Willingham, Denard Span, and Ben Revere. An infield of Trevor Plouffe, Brian Dozier, Alexi Casilla. Actually, I believe it's Jamie Carroll at second base, not Alexi Casilla, and Justin Morneau.
While you walk your first batters, continue throwing strikes. Cole DeFries had only one walk in his 5+ innings in Chicago. There's Jamie Carroll starting at second base.
Domit behind the plate, and here's Colin Cowgill. And ball one. Gave up a home run to A.J. Pierzynski, and then later on home runs to Konerko and Rios.
Yeah, for some reason, when he fell behind, he did better against that batter than he worked ahead. Still too early to tell, but you want to get ahead in the count if you can. Oakland's staff, they like to run. 42 stolen bases on the year. Only the Rays have stolen more bases than Oakland. And Weeks at first base, he has 10 stolen bases in 14 attempts.
So what we saw on the GMC keys to the game, he got ahead of Weeks, strike one, and then ended up walking him. Now he's fallen behind Cowgill and delivers a strike, 1-1. Cowgill hit 8th in the ball game yesterday and reached all 4 times on 3 hits and an error. Twins turn 4 double plays in the ball game yesterday.
Yeah, Cowgill, 26 years old, last year played for the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Ooh, Morneau with a big pickup on the backhand side. A low pickoff throw nearly went into foul territory.
Take a look right here. Justin has to go down and play that little hop. And Weeks gets back safely.
Cowgill getting a chance to play left field. Jonas Cespedes is expected to join the A's sometime this weekend. He may take over in left field. Down and away, and it's 2-1, and DeVries has misfired at least 3 times with pitches in the dirt. There's Bob Melvin.
Bob Melvin in his second season as skipper for the Oakland A's. His 9th season as a manager, also managing Seattle and Arizona.
Fouled back, and it's 2-2. Yesterday the Twins ended a losing streak, and now tonight the A's will try to end a 6-game losing streak.
Cowgill recording his second straight 3-hit game yesterday. He's the only A's player this year to have consecutive 3-hit games. They have not been a very good offensive team, hitting only .211.
Bouncer to third. Out at second. Carroll to first, and that takes care of the leadoff walk. Another double play turned by the Twins infield.
Yeah, Twins yesterday were able to turn 4 double plays behind the pitching staff. And the big slow breaking ball right here, Algill hitting it over to Trevor Plouffe, who has a good feed over to Carroll. And then Carroll's relay throw to Justin, completing the double play.
So 2 down, and here's Josh Reddick. And a word about Trevor Plouffe. Remember a year ago when the Twins were looking for somebody to play shortstop adequately, and Plouffe had all sorts of throwing problems at a position that he grew up playing. He was drafted as a shortstop, but he had problems throwing. And now from third base, he's displayed a much more accurate arm, both throwing to second base and to first.
Yeah, Dick, I think it became more of a mental thing than is kind of a block that he had. You know, you see that from time to time with players that, you know, maybe they don't start off the way that they expect. They put a little bit too much pressure on themselves. But he's been very solid over at third.
And a strike, 2-1. Reddick added to his ongoing career high home run total yesterday, hitting his 14th. He also hit a triple. Pulled foul, 2-2. Twins intentionally walked Reddick in the 9th inning last night. That's how much respect he garnered in one night's work or one day's work yesterday.
Yeah, a lot of new faces for Bob Melvin and the Oakland A's. Only seven players on this ball club for the Oakland A's were with them last year. Reddick last year with the Boston Red Sox.
And now full count. Seth Smith on deck.
Reddick, one of those young upcoming stars that Boston let go to get Andrew Bailey and Ryan Sweeney.
Sweeney's just coming off the concussion disabled list. On the outside corner, and Vries finishes strongly after walking the leadoff man. He gets a double play grounder and a strikeout. A little bit.
Trying to relax. Yeah, good first inning.
Menard's batting order has Denard Span on top, then Ben Revere, Joe Mauer, Josh Willingham, Justin Morneau, Ryan Domit, Brian Dozier, Trevor Plouffe, and Jamie Carroll.
And Jared Parker on the mound for the Oakland A's, making just his 7th start, his 8th major league start. And this young man right here has been awesome. In 5 of his 6 starts, he has allowed 2 runs or less in his starts. And he's allowed only 1 home run so far. This coming in his 3rd start of the year. It was Kelly Johnson with the Toronto Blue Jays in Oakland that hit a 2-run home run off of it. Supposed to have a good fastball, real good slider, and an outstanding changeup.
Span takes a strike on the outside corner. Span in the game yesterday singled his first time up. It was an infield hit. Then went 0 for 3 with 3 ground balls. Strike 2.
Yeah, we see Denard Span a lot of times when the Twins have not seen a pitcher like Parker. You want to take, Span, sometimes we'll see him, take 5 or 6 pitches to show everybody else, but Parker right here gets ahead in the count.
Up and away, and it's 1-2.
Fastball clocked at 95. Parker only 23 years old.
Bouncer to second. Easy play for Weeks. Span retired, 1 away.
Yeah, that was a changeup right there. Good location down.
Northland Ford defense for Oakland. Cowgill, Crisp, and Reddick in the outfield. Veteran Brandon Inge at third. Pennington, Weeks up the middle. K.I. Ahui at first, and Kurt Suzuki behind the plate. 1 gone. Here's Ben Revere. If he thinks about dropping down a bunt, Inge is coming in at third base.
We see teams like Inge play on the grass. Take the bunt away from them if you can.
And he takes strike 1.
Ahui over at first base, playing about even with the bag.
Slap to left. Down for a hit. Into the corner. And a great stop in the corner by the left fielder Cowgill. But Revere, with his speed, is still able to get a double. Cowgill took a bit of a gamble. He slid on the ground and tried to cut the ball off. If it gets by him, Revere may have run a lap.
Well, you know what? You bring that third baseman in, it cuts down their range a little bit. We saw that in the Detroit series, that Revere did the same thing as he slapped that ball past Cabrera that just hit the top of his glove. That ball hit sharply over Inge's head into the corner.
Something causing Cowgill to grimace. Revere at second. And here's Mauer, the designated hitter. Mauer takes a fastball on the outside corner.
Well, he showed you in the open, Joe Mauer has been red hot. Average at .306. 2 home runs hit. He's driven in 21 runs.
2 for 3 in the game last night with a walk. Scored 2 runs. Stole a base. And an off-speed pitch gets a swing and a miss. 0-2.
Parker coming over from the Arizona Diamondbacks in that same trade that brought Cowgill over, and also Ryan Cook, the right-hander Twins saw yesterday. Number 1 pick by the Arizona Diamondbacks in 2007.
Lifted foul into the seats. Still 0-2. Mauer at .459 over the last little more than a week and a half.
Yeah, there's some red hot hitters. Paul Konerko, Yogi Cabrera, Mark Teixeira heating it up.
Those are major league leading hitters. And Mauer, of course, mixing in some walks. He's among the league leaders in on-base percentage. Shortstop Pennington cutting behind Revere.
Try to cut down his lead a little bit. Keep an eye on the daylight play. That's what shortstops like to do when they throw that glove behind the runner. Open it up.
To the left field corner. And deep, but Cowgill on the track makes the catch. And Revere bluffs the tag. So Mauer driving one to the warning track and left for out number 2.
Yeah, Cowgill made a nice play against the wall. Then he went back, made a very nice throw back to the infield to keep Revere at second.
Josh Willingham, cleanup hitter. Ripped a double to left in the 6th inning when the Twins tied the game at 3. course, last year was hitting in the middle of the Oakland lineup. Breaking ball misses.
Yeah, I was down on the field earlier with Ray Fosse, and I saw, Josh Willingham talking to a lot of the A players, and I said, you know what? There's probably a lot of guys that he didn't play with here last year. He said only 7 of them.
That's a called strike, 1-1. It's been the way it's been in Oakland for a long time, with the annual turnover rate probably the highest in baseball. One and one. Tap foul, 1-2.
Parker coming into the ball game 34 2/3 innings. He's given up 30 hits, 17 walks with 25 strikeouts. The walks a little high, and has allowed only 1 home run.
Willingham hoping for at least a hit to the outfield here to get Revere in from second base. Nice dig by Suzuki. Didn't field it cleanly, but blocked it near home plate. 2-2.
Watch Suzuki right here. Just kind of smother that ball, knock it down.
Step on it.
Whatever it takes.
Hit it with a rake, kill it. Two and two. Lifted to right down the line, and Reddick and Weeks, and Reddick is under there to make the catch. That'll end the inning. Revere left at second base, no score after 1.
Minneapolis, I'm Robbie and Smikowski, joined by Cole DeVries' mom, Diane DeVries, who's here watching Cole pitch at Target Field for the very first time. Diane, how are you managing your emotions thus far tonight, watching your son pitch at home for the home team for the first time in the bigs?
I thought I was doing pretty good up until the start of the game, and then I could hardly breathe. And, you know, he got through that one okay, so it's clear sailing from now on, right?
Yeah, we're hoping that it is. Now, you're holding one, I'm holding the other. We have Cole DeVries' Little League rosters, Dick and Bert, from when he was 11 and 12 years old that family members of parents of his former teammates had on. Now, what's it like just bringing back these memories and having these people here?
Oh, my gosh, to see this is so funny. And, you know, it's really kind of nice because you go, oh, how many years ago was that? And it was a long time. And, you know, to read the names again and to have that kind of memory actually kind of lightens things up and makes it really nice.
And enjoy tonight.
Thank you so much.
Dick and Bert sitting here, about 15 of Cole DeVries' family and friends here enjoying his first start thus far. here at home.
Heck, I always said, Cole, take a deep breath. I think the whole family and friends, they're taking deep breaths.
And a pitch inside, a 1-2 pitch, and he hits Smith, and that'll send him to first base. So after a leadoff walk in the first inning, Vries was able to get 3 outs from the next 2 batters. And now the leadoff man in the second goes to first.
Well, his first major league hit batter right here, trying to go away with a curveball, but ends up hitting the foot of Seth Smith right there.
That just sets up another double play.
Let's hope so.
Brandon Inge at the plate. Inge bounced into one last night. And a first pitch strike, fastball at 90 miles per hour. Where Parker can hit, as you said, 95. Vries several miles per hour beneath that.
Inge, of course, just coming off the disabled list yesterday. Had a strained right groin that put him on the 15-day DL.
Too many trots around the bases. He jumped into the Oakland lineup, hit a couple of grand slams right away. One of them against the Tigers. And at least for a while made the Tigers regret cutting Inge free. 1-1. Breaking ball over for strike 2. All right, we've seen that curveball. It looks like a pretty big 12-6 drop. What do you think of it?
I like the curveball. You know, he uses it as a changeup. So I've seen that big slow one. Then that last one looked like it was a little bit harder as far as velocity. Only maybe 3 or 4 miles an hour difference.
Another tapper up the line, foul.
You know, you have to be so proud of Cole Vries. Here's a guy, like I mentioned before, a non-drafted player out of the University of Minnesota. Twins take a chance and sign him, and now here he is pitching a target field at the major league level. A lot of hard work and dedication.
1-2. Here we go again. 5-4-3 again, 2 away.
Well, the Twins leading all of baseball with the double plays turn. And a pitcher's best friend, I say all the time, is a double play. You hit the first batter, Inge, for the second straight game, hits into a double play against the Twins.
So a leadoff walk, next batter hits into a double play. Leadoff hit batter, next guy hits into a double play. Here's Kila Ke'aiahui. Strike on the outside corner.
Ke'aiahui hitting a home run yesterday. That coming off left-handed starter Scott Diamond in his first at-bat in the second inning. His third of the year.
Strike 2. Ball drifts outside. Might have been the changeup at 80 miles per hour.
Haven't really seen a slider. Again, he throws 2 different types of curveball. It's more of a quicker curveball and then the bigger slow curveball.
1-2.
Trying to go inside with a fastball. And wow. Brian Runge behind the plate here tonight for both starters. Take a look at Fox Tracks. Bit inside.
2-2 to Ke'aiahui. And a curve in the dirt. A check swing fills the count. Kurt Suzuki on deck. In the first inning, after Vries got the double play grounder, he struck out Reddick to end the inning.
Yeah, 30 pitches so far, 15 balls, 15 strikes.
Missed the corner. Second walk. And that will bring up Suzuki with two
not
away.
a bad pitch right there, just missed a little low.
Weekdays on Fox Sports North, it's the Dan Patrick Show with exclusive guests, including high-profile athletes, celebrities, breaking sports news, unparalleled insider access. The Dan Patrick Show, weekdays at 8 a.m. on Fox Sports North.
I say that wasn't a bad pitch because you're trying to keep the ball down. If you miss down. That pitch inside 3 pitches prior was a pretty good pitch.
Suzuki takes ball 1.
See, that's like a slider there, but I think it's more of a quicker curveball.
That's the pitch he threw to get the double play grounder from Inge, it looked like. A little bit of a break on it. 1-0 to Suzuki. And now 2-0.
Suzuki has some power. 14 home runs last year. Has not hit one yet this year. Keep the ball away. Make him hit to the deepest part of the field.
Liner to Fluke. That ends the inning. Couple of hitless innings. Few too many pitches for Cole Vries to like.
Anderson's talking to Cole just between innings. I always like to talk to my pitching coach between innings. And hey, you know what? I want to. If you see something, tell me now. Don't tell me after the ball game. That's what Rick Anderson talking to him. Looked like about the breaking ball.
Justin Morneau leads off the second. And he takes low, ball 1. Morneau, Domit, and Dozier to face Parker here in the second. Taken low again.
I know Ron Coomer's down in the camera. Well, Ron, when you're facing a hitter for the first time, what are these Twins hitters looking for?
Well, first of all, you get the scouting report of what his pitches are. You know, obviously Parker, his last start, he was up to 95, 96 miles an hour. So, you know, he's got a good arm. We've seen the breaking ball already. But I think the report first goes, and then you start looking for that heater, as Justin did. He just missed it to right field.
Fly to right, gloved by Reddick, 1 away.
Yeah, that was not a fly. My goodness, that baby was up there.
Yeah, that's a near miss, and that's understanding the scouting report and seeing what guys have seen coming back and telling the on-deck hitter or the guys about to come up, either the guy's fastball is straight, it's got some sink to it or some run, different things like that. But you're going to rely, as you guys talked about, and Denard Span taking pitches his first at bat, and Ben Revere, and just trying to figure out what it is this guy's pitches do. I think that's the most important thing when you haven't really seen a guy.
Yeah, that fastball to Justin looked pretty straight, where that first pitch to Domet looked like it had a little tail working outer half of the plate. Now he misses down and in with a fastball.
From the looks of here, Bert and Dick, it looks like he's got a two-seamer that he throws that has a little run to it, and then when he wants to throw the hard one, he throws a four-seam fastball.
1-1. Doman out in front of the changeup, 1-2.
Yeah, they say that he has an outstanding changeup.
I hated that pitch right there.
Well, it's all the arm speed, is it not? It looks like a fastball coming out and then just coming in at 82 rather than 94.
Foul back. Still 1-2.
Yeah, the arm speed is everything, and when a guy can rush it up there like that last pitch, 95, and then he can throw a changeup with the same arm speed at 82, you just don't pick up the change, and you react to the arm speed that you just saw at the 95, and that's what makes the changeup so effective, or the split finger is just what you said, Bert, the arm speed.
2-2.
That breaking ball just missing away.
Right here, the important part of this at bat is knowing what Parker's out pitch is and looking for it.
Changeup. Gets his first strikeout. Doman way out in front, 2 down.
Get ahead with a fastball, then work in your secondary pitches, and there's a great changeup, great location.
Brian Dozier will hit with 2 away, and the base is empty. Twins have the only hit in the game, a 1-out double in the first by Ben Revere. Breaking ball down and away. 1-0. And a strike, 1-1.
Parker coming off a very solid start in his last start, a no decision against the Angels, struck out a career high 8 batters in 7 very good innings. His only bad start was against the Giants 2 starts ago, where he gave up 6 earned runs in just 2 innings. Other than that, it's been 6+ and 2 runs or less.
Flared foul, 2-2.
Guys, I know with the report that they got on Parker today, what you're talking about, he's thrown the ball pretty well. His last start was phenomenal. The big key for him is just throwing strikes. His pitch count gets high, and I know the Twins hitters today, and talking to him, that's the big key, is trying to make him stay in the zone. Great job right there, fouling a pitch off and getting another pitch, because he's been erratic around the zone at times throughout his short big league career.
Yeah, 17 walks in 35 innings, so that's about 4 to 5 walks per 9 innings. Kurt Young, the pitching coach, talking to a former Twin and now hitting coach for the Oakland A's, Chili Davis.
And Dozier strikes out. A couple of strikeouts for Parker in a 1-2-3 second inning. Through 2 innings, we head to the top of the 3rd inning. Our Sanford Health injury report. Nick Blackburn on a rehab assignment made his first of 2 starts tonight, and well, it didn't look like it went real well. I think the main thing was he got 68 pitches in.
Yeah, 3 2/3 innings, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, a couple strikeouts. Of course, on that DL with the left quad injury.
Coco Crisp takes a strike. It'll be Crisp, Pennington, and Weeks here in the 3rd inning. Crisp really struggling since coming off the disabled list, just 2 hits in 29 at bats. Blackburn on a rehab assignment. Crisp, as is his right as a veteran, declined to go on a rehab assignment, and as a result, he's been in the lineup but not been very productive.
Well, a switch hitter struggling from both sides of the plate, hitting in the 150s from both sides of the plate.
0-2 pitch taken in the dirt.
Coco Crisp last year for the A's hit 264. He hit 8 home runs, drove in 54. What they want him to do is get on base, steal bases. 49 stolen bases last year, led the American League.
And a streak of 29 straight successful attempts if he gets there. 1-2. And now 2-2.
Last Oakland A to lead the American League in stolen bases, you have to go back to Ricky Henderson days.
See why the A's re-signed him. He had a good year last year. At least a better start than this year. 2-2. Vries to Crisp. And now 3-2. And the numbers aren't real good for Vries. 39 pitches, just 18 strikes. And he does not want to issue a 156 hitter who can steal bases a leadoff walk.
Why not? Set up the double play.
It's worked so far. And there he goes. So a leadoff walk in the first, a double play. Leadoff hit batter in the second, a double play. Now another leadoff walk.
You don't want to push your luck.
Pennington will hit. You can vote for the Army's value player of the game. Text the word value, followed by a space in the player's name to short code 234 234. Got a no-hitter going, but he spent a good part of the night pitching from the stretch. 3 walks, a hit batter. And there goes Crisp. Domit's throw, and he never really had a chance. His 30th straight stolen base, extending the club record.
Coco Crisp stealing his 7th base on the year. Got an outstanding jump. And by the time Domit received the ball, Crisp was 2/3 of the way down. So they're staying out of the double play by stealing a base.
0-1 to Pennington. There's a bunt to third, a good one. Loof throws out Pennington, and on the play, Crisp ambles toward home. There's no one at third base. 2 Twins were at home plate, Domit and Plouffe.
That is an excellent bunt right there by Pennington, just deadening the ball. We did this in our instructional a couple days ago, Ron Krumer and I, about getting the barrel of the bat out and then let the ball come to you as you just soften the bat and hit it right down that third base line. That brings in Trevor Plouffe, and Coco Crisp could basically walk to third base. So outstanding bunt by Pennington.
Infield in for Jemile Weeks. He walked and was doubled up back in the first inning. Curve dropped over for a strike. A 73-mile-per-hour drop.
That's a good first pitch, Dick, because a lot of hitters go up there. They're not looking for, that big, slow curveball for strike one. If you're able to get it over, you're ahead in the count. Now you can maybe work a little bit. Little harder curveball. Good block by Domit.
1-1.
When you are a breaking ball pitcher, you have to have a lot of confidence in your catcher. Now, Ryan Domit, I don't know, probably his first time he's caught the Vries. So, let's see, see him shake his head right there, shake off right here. And we'll go with this pitch. A fastball away. Just missed.
2-1. men in scoring position, a very poor average. The A's have been shut out 8 times, 4 times in their last 13 games. 2-1, 2 weeks. Gloved by Vries. No place for Crisp to go. 2 away.
Very nice play because that ball's into center field. If Vries is not able to catch it. Family very happy as he smiles at Jamie Carroll. I had it all whole way. Reaching down and ball finding his glove. Saw him look over at Coco Crisp, make sure Crisp doesn't take off toward home. Nice defensive play.
So now Cowgill, who bounced into a double play in the first inning, can't do that here. Infield, of course, back at regular depth. Up high, ball 1. Give you some idea how futile and feeble the A's lineup has been. They've played 1 more game than the Twins have and scored 27 fewer runs. Breaking ball gets a swing and a miss.
And you know what, Dick? They know it too. You know, and in these situations right here, you try to do a little bit too much as a hitter.
1-1 to Cowgill. On the outside corner, pinpoint pitch to get ahead in the count. Doman glides to his right to field that pitch in the dirt. 2-2. Cowgill with 3 hits in the game last night. Yesterday. Breaking pitch. Lifted foul. Crisp at third with 2 away. Fastball right there, and Cowgill spun it back to the net.
Yeah, Vries, 27 years old. He's a 28th Minnesota native to play for the Twins, and 1 of 3 on the current roster. Joe Mauer and Glenn Perkins, the other 2.
See Vries stumbling on his plant leg.
Saw Rick Porcello the other day trip on a pitch.
Another 2-2 pitch, lifted foul down the right field line.
Porcello with the Tigers.
Tigers and Justin Verlander losing to the Red Sox 5-1 at the bottom of the 5th inning at Fenway Park. Just missed the corner, and that fills the count with Reddick on deck.
Oh, he's not missing by much.
54 pitches, half of them strikes, half of them balls.
Let's take a look at box tracks. Ball about 6 inches inside. I would have wanted it. What the heck?
There's a tapper foul. So the A's, even though they don't have a hit, even though they haven't scored a run, they're making Vries shoot a lot of bullets here in the first 3 innings.
The 10th pitch of this at bat.
There'll be another one. 5 2-strike fouls for Colin Cowgill. Had a great spring training. Got off to a bit of a slow start, but as you said, back-to-back 3-hit games, showing signs of breaking out of it.
Yeah, he started the season with the A's, then they sent him down for about 2 weeks and then recalled on May 11th.
And a walk will send Cowgill to first base, and now Reddick comes to the plate with 2 men aboard. It is
walk of the ball game for Cole.
And Doman to the mound. Great plate appearance by Cowgill, fighting off those 2-strike pitches, and ends up working out a walk.
This is a good little visit right there by Ryan Doman. Let him rethink, on a lot of pitches, 11 pitches into that at bat against one hitter. Let him catch his breath.
To go after Reddick, he struck him out looking with a fastball in the first inning. Outside corner with an off-speed pitch.
Reddick standing right on top of that plate.
Half the 24 pitches this inning thrown in the Cowgill plate appearance. 1 strike to Reddick.
So Reddick is right on top of the plate. Everything away. Now they're going inside. Struck him out away in his first at bat. Got strike 1 away. Outfield playing pretty even up for Reddick. Change-up missing high.
Deep down the right field line, but hooking foul. A breaking pitch, and Reddick was waiting for it.
I think we saw it in that start against Chicago. He left a breaking ball in on Konerko, and Konerko hit it for a home run. Then the next batter, Vries. Remember the fastball that stayed middle in. And they opened it up, and that breaking ball, you want to get that ball down a little bit. But Reddick is just a long strike. That's all that was.
2-2. Fastball inside. Again, he struck out Reddick with a fastball on the outside corner. The chances of that happening again aren't very good. Reddick's had actually 2 long looks at Vries right now. First and third, 2 away. Cowgill takes off. And they're loaded up now on 3 walks here in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, 6 3-ball counts he's had, so that pitch count mounts as Ricky Anderson coming out. 63 pitches, 31 strikes.
Ron Gardenhire trying to lighten the mood in the dugout, getting Dave Prumer to chuckle. Well, the A's still don't have a hit. But here in the 3rd inning with 2 outs, they've got a chance to break the game open a bit here. Their cleanup hitter is up with the bases full and 2 down.
Well, we knew that, Vries going into the ball game, he doesn't have that overpowering fastball. He has to rely on a lot of off-speed stuff. And you can see by the 63 pitches, most of them have been breaking balls and changeups. Ron Coomer looks like, he's just trying to finesse his way through this 3rd inning.
Well, it does, and to me, you saw in the last at-bat with Reddick, he hooked that breaking ball foul, but that's a swing where he's looking for the off-speed pitch or the curveball, and that's what he's swinging at. So, to me, if you're going to throw a lot of breaking pitches, you've got to mix in some fastballs and mix them in inside and out, but, right now his percentage is pretty high with the off-speed pitches.
Misses with a curve, ball 1 to Seth Smith. Bases full of A's. Changeup gets a swing and a miss.
Yeah, Smith, of course, sitting on that fastball, and Vries going the changeup. Smith in his first season with the Oakland A's, coming over from the Colorado Rockies.
1-1. Two on one. A whopping 66 pitches here for Vries and only 32 strikes.
But he hasn't given up a hit yet.
2-1. Foul back, 2-2.
I think we did a game with A.J. Burnett when he pitched his no-hitter. I think he walked 9 when that no-hitter he pitched earlier in his career. Now Smith, a guy that Oakland expects to hit better. You can see the family shaking their head, but there we go. Let's get this. Let's get the defense in the dugout.
Two and two to Smith. And now a full count. And now Vries couldn't help but be arm weary. It's not just the gain pitch count, but an awful lot of them here in this inning. The sharpness maybe off the breaking ball a little bit.
Well, here, let's go. I'm going to guess fastball. Make Smith swing the bat. Preferably one of those sacrifice flies.
Time called. Dolan wants to reset. You'd think fastball. We haven't seen very good command of the fastball. Some of his better pitches have been the changeup. Counts full, bases full. Looks like he threw him that changeup and got a tapper foul.
Pitch at 81 miles an hour. 16 in the first, 18 in the second, 35 so far here in the third.
A little anxiety in the Vries family section. The 3-2 coming. Bouncer right side. Had him all along.
Never a doubt.
Hayes leaves the bases full. Baseball on Fox Sports North is brought to you by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, for the everyday competitor in all of us. By CenturyLink, a different kind of communications company. CenturyLink, your link to what's next. And by Grand Casino, the best stories start here. 3 no-hit innings for Cole Vries. Trevor Plouffe takes a strike. Contrasted to Vries' control struggles here in the first couple innings. Parker's thrown 32 pitches and thrown 23 strikes. Tapper in front of Inge. Barehanded. Low throw, and Hui makes a nice backhanded pickup, one away.
Yeah, nice play by the third baseman and the first baseman. Saw Inge do this yesterday, come in and barehand the ball.
Rasmussen College is proud to present Student Days every Wednesday at Target Field. Students can attend the Twins A's game tomorrow at noon. Get a standing room only ticket for just $8. Student Day tickets are available beginning at 9 a.m. tomorrow, and there's a limit of 1 ticket per student with a valid ID. If you'd like more information, visit twinsbaseball.com or call 833-TWINS. One strike to Jamie Carroll.
Yeah, Jamie Carroll's the only one that has faced Parker before when Parker made his first major league start against the Dodgers last year. Carroll had 2 hits and 2 at-bats against Parker. Parker in that ball game in his major league debut against the Dodgers, 5 1/3 innings, did not allow any runs.
Check this swing, and it's 1-2. Tapper in front of Inge. He can use the glove this time. 2 down. So the Twins with a double, no walks, no hit batters, but the only hit of the game the first time through the batting order, and now Denard Span. Span with a bouncer to second to start the ball game for the Twins. Time and then sprints away from home plate.
Yeah, Denard Span asks for time. Sometimes you'll see an umpire not give him time with the pitcher's ready to throw home. But Span getting time out as Runge giving it to him.
Down and in, ball 1. Busted bat, the liner and the ball boy makes a nice catch. Well, Span saw his bat slivered. And the count's 1-1.
Nice grab right there. He's ready. Another bat for the Twins Pro Shop.
Glue it together, good as new. We did that with the old Town Team bats in Dumont. Get a couple of nails, put some black tape around them, choke up to the trademark. Knob had hit us in the stomach as we tried to swing those big heavy bats.
Do you remember what kind of bat you used? I mean, was there a name, a former player's name on your bats? I had an old Tommy Davis.
Yeah. Well, we had whatever the Town Team broke. You know, Carl Yastrzemski, Nellie Fox, the one that had the big handle.
Yeah. Yes.
But we weren't big enough and old enough and strong enough to swing the thing down by the handle. 3-1 to Span. Revere will hit next. And the Twins draw a walk with 2 gone in the 3rd.
Yeah, first walk for Parker to go with his 2 strikeouts.
Revere doubled into the left field corner. And Cowgill couldn't deny Revere a double, but he took a bit of a gamble and sliding to try to pinch the ball in the corner. If the ball had hopped over him, Twins might have gotten a run out of it because he was in no position to retreat to the corner and pick up the baseball. So we'll see if the Twins try to move Span here. He's checked right away by Parker.
Yeah, Span with 6 stolen bases in 9 attempts. Twins 27 stolen bases on the year in 36 attempts.
Up and in. Up certainly, not that much in, just about high to Revere. And now we've got Suzuki to the mound. A's have had all kinds of base runners without a base hit. They couldn't score with 5 walks and a hit batter. Now the Twins trying to squeeze across a run with their first walk. And the ball thrown away. Span will have at least 2 and should have 3. Weeks throw, not in time, so a 2-base error by Gerard Parker.
Boy, and Span did the right thing too. When that ball got by him, he took off for second base and immediately picked up third base coach Steve Little. Remember earlier this year we saw Komatsu get thrown out. Komatsu get thrown out at third base when he didn't pick up Steve Little. And right here he sees that ball get by, and Span picking up Steve Little took off right about here. See him look at Steve Little. Okay, come on over.
Revere swings and misses 1-1. Now what might have happened had that play occurred in Oakland?
Oh, there's so much foul territory. Span would still be running.
1-1. So a walk, an error on the pitcher, and Span can drive in, or Revere can drive in Span with a base hit. 1-2.
Good changeup right there.
Just glad he didn't stop to tie his shoe.
Or run out of his shoe.
1-2 to Ben Revere. Fouled into the seats. Parker stranded Revere at second after a 1-out double. Now trying to leave Span at third. Bouncer to short. Speared by Pennington. Out on a close play. A one-hop throw just barely got Ben Revere at first. Span does not score, and we are scoreless through 3. Third inning. Ben Revere almost beat this play out.
I tell you what, Pennington, the shortstop, made an outstanding play, had to wheel and throw, and Haihui over at first first base. Second time in the inning, he's had to go down and pick a ball just like that.
Brandon Inge chips his bat and gets the first Oakland hit. Little busted bat flare into center, and the leadoff man is on again here in the fourth. So back to the stretch for Cole DeVries. And Keila Keahui will hit next.
Well, right off the end of the bat, Inge swinging at the first pitch. And the bat breaking in his hand, but had a base hit.
Keahui drew a walk in the second inning. And a strike. Keahui bounced into a double play in last night's game. Seemed plausible he could do it again today. Vries got one in the first, a ground ball double play, another one in the second. Popped up, and Plouffe with the catch, one away.
A good changeup right there created a pop-up.
You can submit a question or comment to us online at carsoup.com/baseball. Pat Lathrop from Hill City wondering what are the Twins looking to do with the second overall pick in the draft.
Take a look at some possibilities. Yeah, I got to go third down to Simmer.
Yeah.
Twins need starting pitching. Apple, I believe, Mark Apple from Stanford, another possibility.
There are no Steven Strasburgs in the draft this year, nor are there any Bryce Harpers or Joe Mauers, or for that matter, Mark Pryors. Here is Suzuki, lined out to Plouffe his first time up. And when we say that, we don't mean that someone can't be a dominant pitcher or a Hall of Fame player coming out of the draft. It's just going in, there's not the hype surrounding those players. Doesn't mean that somebody in the 10th round can't develop into a Hall of Fame player.
Well, look at DeVries. He was a non-drafted player. I'm not saying he's a number one, but he's at the major league level. So, you know, you just don't know through the draft. Well, there's a number one pick. Joe Mauer.
1-1. Hit well to left center field. Willingham, though, retreating, making the catch out number 2. And Suzuki a little bit out in front, hit it a little bit off the end of the bat.
Again, another off-speed pitch. It gets that hitter off balance.
I'll bring up Chris. Drew a walk, stole second. All of that after leading off the third inning, and then he ended up being wasted at third base. DeVries walked 3 men in the third. Out to the final batter he faced, Seth Smith, and got him to bounce out to Morneau. That's down the line and a fair ball. Inge will round second and go to third. Smith going to second, and it'll be a double. And the number 9 batter Pennington will hit with 2 men on base.
Well, not a lot of room between Justin Morneau as he is holding on Brandon Inge. But Coco Chris finding it. Ball stayed up. Justin diving for the ball. It got underneath him. And then the carom off the wall. And Revere gets it back in quickly. So Coco Crisp, his first hit, his second double of the year.
Well, the A's have stranded 4 men so far, 3 of them last inning, and now DeVries will try to strand 2 more with Pennington at the plate. Laid down a sacrifice bunt his last time up, and DeVries starts him with a fastball and strike 1. Again, it's not just the team batting average, it's how poorly the A's have done in situations like this. That's how you have a 6-game losing streak. Twins fans know all about that when they've struggled. 2-out hits seeming to be non-existent. Breaking ball, and DeVries gets ahead of the number 9 batter, 0-2.
Well, there's a lot of guys with Oakland that you know, that were here last year, like Pennington, that just have not hit like they expect them to. He coming into this ballgame hitting only 206, and he's a 260 career hitter. Inge at third, Crisp on second.
2 strikes to Pennington. Hit a long way, but it's very foul. All right, so that's the fastball. And he seemed to see that pitch pretty well. The best swing and a miss pitch we've seen Vries have is the changeup. Not that he needs to get a strikeout here, but I think it's fair to say it's been his most effective pitch.
Well, that ball was in enough to where Pennington got the head out of the bat and hit it foul. See if they go back in again, or do they try away? Watch Domit move at the last second.
Like to be the changeup. 2 more left aboard for Oakland. They come up empty again on the board. No score going to the bottom of the 4th inning.
Well, up here to Circle Me Burt, we have little Isabel right here, celebrating her 2nd birthday, 2 years old. The Beecher family from White Bear Lake. There's 4 generations here.
She's looking at you like she doesn't know what to make of you.
Yeah, you look like my grandpa.
Mauer lifts the first pitch foul. Isabel very unsure of her surroundings right now.
You really blame her? There we go. 312 more days, and that's right, until my birthday. Very good.
We had Tony La Russa up here a couple of days
and
ago. He looked at you the same way.
Isabel. Hey. At least she hasn't started to cry yet like Tony did.
1-1 to Joe Mauer leading off the Twins' 4th inning. Mauer to the left field corner. Cowgill makes the catch, gliding over toward the line. 1 away. 2 down, and that'll bring up Josh Willingham. A mostly cloudy night here at Target Field. Twins have gotten a runner to second in the first. Revere left him there. Runner to third in the third. Span and left him there. A's have had chances with a lot of base runners. They've shot themselves in the foot a couple of times with a couple of double play grounders. 1-0 to Willingham. And now 2-0. For a strike, 2-1.
It looked like he went to the breaking ball. Parker did on that 2-0 pitch. 53 pitches, 35 have been strikes.
And now 3-1 with Morneau to follow. And the slider hit the corner. 3-2.
Yeah, nice pitch again. Behind an account, going to the slider.
Inside corner, Willingham is rung up for out number 2.
That looks like the curveball right there. A little bit bigger break. And Parker picking up his 3rd strikeout.
AT&T Trivia, who holds the Twins record for most pinch hits in a season.
I believe he's in the ballpark.
Here's Morneau, a fly to right, his first time up. Twins had some really good pinch hitters. Randy Bush. B.J. Cummings was a really good pinch hitter for the Twins for a couple of years. Morneau to the gap in left center field. And that's not going to be caught. To the wall. Morneau has a double. And the Twins have another 2-out threat going here in the 4th.
Yeah, both hits for the Twins have been doubles. Ben Revere a double in the 1st inning. And here Justin taking a pitch the other way. Good piece of hitting right there by Justin, splitting the gap in left center. Well, Justin with his 9th double of the year gets into scoring position.
Hit that one a little bit harder than his double that he hit last night down the left field line. Here's Ryan Domit. Domit struck out swinging his first time up.
Yeah, good changeup that Parker threw to Domit to strike him out in the 2nd inning.
Inside, nearly hit him, ball 1. Down and in, 2-0. Again, leaving Revere at 2nd and Span at 3rd. Now trying to get Morneau in from 2nd with 2 away. Domit, whether he's hitting right-handed or left-handed, is being shifted on a regular basis now. Way out in front of that changeup again.
Well, we've seen Parker, this young kid, I mean, in fastball situations, throw Willingham the slider. And right there, throwing the changeup to Domit in a fastball behind the count situation. And another changeup.
Domit's going to keep getting that until he hits one.
It's the location, too. The arm speed, as we talked about previously.
Fox Tracks brought to you by Window Concepts of Minnesota. Two and 2. Breaking pitch high, and it's 3-2 with Dozier on deck.
Now, as a pitcher, do you try to sneak the fastball by him, or do you throw the changeup again?
Got a base open. Dozier struggling. Why not throw the changeup? He hasn't hit it yet. It drifts outside. Domit will fill first base, and Dozier comes to the plate. Second walk now by Parker. Dozier's hitless in his last 11 at bats.
I talked to Brian Dozier before the ball game, and he said he's trying to change some things in the batter's box. Or he feels he's letting a lot of fastballs go early, and then he's getting into that count to where he's getting more breaking balls off speed pitches. See if Brian's looking for that fastball right off the get-go. Working with Joe Vavra, the hitting coach.
Breaking ball, missing, ball 1. To Dozier. Fastball lifted to right and hit almost right at Reddick. Makes the catch. That ends the inning. The Twins leave a pair in the 4th. Still no score. Here at Target Field, Cole Vries' first start in the home whites, and mixed reviews, I guess, even from his mom and dad. I'm sure they'd like to have a 1-2-3 inning if he can pitch one.
Well, he had one in the first. Come on, he had a double play.
Well, yeah, it's not a 1-2-3 inning. You walk the leadoff man. The bottom line is he hasn't given up a run yet. Right. He's in the 5th inning, and he starts this inning with 81 pitches. Strike 1 to Jemile Weeks.
Yeah, gave up his first 2 hits in last inning, but able to leave a couple runners in scoring position at their positions.
I'm trying to think, and you can probably look it up, but Jack Morris, of course, perhaps Hall of Famer, Twin Cities guy who pitched for the Twins. But that was after he was an established pitcher. I guess the most notable Minnesotan to pitch for the Twins would be Dave Golds, who might be watching tonight if the fish aren't biting up in the Fergus Falls area. 2-1. That's to the gap in left center. Span over to the gap. Makes the catch. One away. Nice running catch by Denard Span for the first out.
Boy, anytime you get some air time underneath that Weeks' outstanding speed, and watch Span right here close that gap in left center. Nice running catch. Great concentration for the first out.
So DeVries gets the first out. Cowgill will hit next. Some other notable Minnesota natives who've pitched for the Twins. Tom Bergmeyer, former teammate of yours, I think, right? Tom Bergmeyer with the Twins.
Horsehead.
What was that?
Horsehead.
Horsehead.
Horsehead. His head looked like a horse. Horse's head. Bergie.
Fastball up high. Bob Gebhardt pitched briefly with the Twins. Paul Giel. Tom Johnson, great relief pitcher for the Twins, a St. Paul native.
13 of 20 batters. First pitch strikes.
2-0. Jerry Kuzman 120 with the Twins, but his fame came with the Mets. Mike Mason. Dick Stigman from Nimrod, Minnesota. 2-0.
Dick, part of our fantasy camp.
It's a drive to center, and Span makes that catch. 2 balls hit on the screws. Span hauls them both in, 2 down. AT&T trivia. You thought he was in the ballpark. I think you're right, because I think it's Chip Hale.
And it is Chip Hale, the bench coach for Bob Melvin and the Oakland A's. 1996.
There weren't too many doubles. That might have been one, but a lot of singles. And some people think pinch hitting is one of the most difficult things you can do in the big leagues. You sit and watch for 2.5, 3 hours. You're asked to get a pinch hit against one of the better relievers the other team has, and Chip was one of the best. 1 strike to Josh Reddick. Has struck out and walked so far tonight. Side of ball. Chili Davis, the hitting coach for the A's, had a chance to talk to both those guys today, as I know you did as well.
Chili, a switch hitter. We were teammates in Anaheim before he came over to Minnesota. Part of that 91 World Series team, a big part.
And Chili deserves more credit than just what Reddick has done this year, because for half the year last year in Pawtucket, Chili was the hitting coach for Reddick when he was not with the Red Sox. So Chili really proud with what Reddick has done so far. He's been the one consistent hitter in the Oakland lineup. 1-2. Chili was the Red Sox AAA hitting coach last year. And an easier play, one would think, for Denard Span. In fact, it's the shortstop Dozier out to make the catch. 3 fly ball outs on 11 pitches for Cole Vries. Yeah. A couple of hits aside. Trevor Plouffe will lead off the 5th against Parker. Plouffe with a home run in the ball game last night. Trying to get the batting average up over 200. It's sitting at 158 right now. And he takes a pitch off the plate, ball one. Up the middle and a base hit. So the Twins get their leadoff man on for the first time tonight. Set your compass due north on Fox Sports North. This week, Bill Shirk and Laura Scher on a couple of unusual river cleanups. Watch Due North outdoors Thursday at 6:30, only on Fox Sports North. Maybe this is a good time to tell our loyal viewers that we will be televising tomorrow's game.
Yes, you will.
Some of us will. You're who knows what you're doing, but you're not going to be doing the game.
I've got a flight out to a home. Jamie Carroll, good bunt. Good bunt.
And Weeks down on his left hip fields the flip, a sacrifice by Carroll, getting Plouffe to second base.
Yeah, we saw both ninth plate hitters in the lineups. Cliff Pennington laying down a good bunt in the third inning, and right here, Jamie Carroll bunting that ball, taking it with them. Hey, Ioui coming over, quick flip over to Weeks, the second baseman, covering the bag. So that gets Trevor Plouffe in the scoring position with one out.
And Span 0 for 1 with a walk. Span with an infield hit in his first at bat of this series. Strike on the outside corner. There's that changeup, and he backed it off to 79 miles per hour.
Yeah, Parker again has shown very good poise out on that mound, and he's mixed in a good fastball at 95, the slider, the slow curveball that struck out Willingham, and then the great changeup. So 4 very good pitches.
One and one. Twins have left 4 men on, 3 of them in scoring position.
So Vries right there talking to Ryan Domet, Rick Anderson.
2 and 1.
Cole with 92 pitches.
Jeff Manship continues to warm up. It might be that Vries is done for the night.
Take a look at the box track where it says fastball.
Right there on the corner. And now 3 and 1 with Revere on deck. Twins would love for Span to start picking up some more walks. He has 1 in the ballgame here tonight. It's always been a strength of his game. But he's got a few more strikeouts than walks. And Twins hope that over time here this summer he'll end up with more walks than strikeouts.
Well, second on the club with 13 doubles.
And there's a walk. Suzuki comes up poised, ready to throw to second, but Plouffe gets back. Revere will hit. If you act today, you can get a steal of a deal when the Twins host the Philadelphia Phillies Wednesday, June 13th. For a limited time, you can get home plate view tickets for just $26. The deal against the Phillies is available by logging on to twinsbaseball.com or by calling 800-33-TWINS. And while you're at it, check out the great ticket offers for upcoming games at Target Field. We know you won't see Roy Halladay pitch in that series. He's going to be out for looks like for about a month and a half. You won't see Roy Oswalt pitch in that series because he signed with the Texas Rangers.
Yep.
Revere takes ball 1. Twins weren't going to see Jared Weaver anyway, but now Weaver's on the disabled list with a bad back.
75 pitches for Parker, 44 strikes, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts.
1-0 to Ben Revere. Chop to third, Inge to the bag, fires across, double play. So the Twins threaten again in the 5th and can't get the hit they need to get the game's first run.
State Lottery Winner's Circle with $100 right here in Minnesota State Lottery. Scratch-off tickets for Deb and Scott Manning, who made the trip, Bert, from South Dakota, Miller, South Dakota, and they said, hey, everyone, they wanted to let everyone know the Hicks from the Sticks are back here at Target Field. They were here a couple years ago, and Bert, she's got a gift for you, some beef jerky. Why'd you bring Bert some beef jerky?
Just because it's from my hometown of Alpena, South Dakota.
So there you go, Bert. You got a nice little gift here for circling Deb and Scott Manning, who made the trip back from South Dakota.
I'll tell them thank you very much, and they are hereby circled. Cole Vries, after 5 pretty good innings, really. 5 walks, 1 strikeout. He struggled early in a ball game. Last couple innings in the 4th and 5th only needed 11 pitches each inning to retire the Oakland A's. Jeff Manship making his debut here this year for the Minnesota Twins, just getting called up. The record down in AAA. Rochester, 4 wins, 1 loss in 38 innings pitched.
So Manship comes in with the game scoreless and the middle of the Oakland lineup. Seth Smith, Brandon Inge, and Kila Ke'aiahui. Best chance the A's had to score was in the 3rd, when essentially DeVries walked the bases full, and then Smith was up with a 3-2 count, and it looked like he swung a ball forward, changeup up, and he bounced out to Morneau. Then the A's left 2 more aboard in scoring position in the 4th. And the Twins get DeVries out of there after 5 innings.
Yeah, 92 pitches, 51 strikes.
High fly to center. And Span with the catch, 1 away.
Let's take a look at Cole Vries. Now, he did walk 5. He did strike out 1. His fastball, you know, he's a pitcher that relies on control with a fastball, mixes in the curveball, that created a double play right there. A little tighter breaking ball, a couple double plays turned behind him, and then the changeup. That's that one right there that Smith hit into. Also, Pennington hit a changeup for that ground ball to end the 4th inning.
A little bit high to Brandon Inge. Well, now they can relax and watch the ball game. They're just normal Twins fans now. Can't win, can't lose. 5 shutout innings. Ripped foul.
I think they still want the Twins to win. Manship in his 4th season with the Twins, up and down the last 3 seasons, starting in 2009. Did some starting for the Twins, mainly used out of the bullpen.
Had some arm problems last year, has come back this year. He's pitching fairly well in Rochester. 1-1. Because for the time being, the Twins needed some help in a role like this. It's one of the reasons why Manship was called up and not Liam Hendricks. 2-1 to Brandon Inge. Just off the plate, 3-1.
Manship, 27 years old, signed by the Twins in 2006. Out of the University of Notre Dame.
Little tapper. Manship, like a cat, springs off the mound.
Come on, they are the best athlete, you know.
2 down. Time to hang with the majors again at Toby Keith's Bar and Grill in St. Louis Park and raise important money for the Minnesota Military Family Foundation. To attend, you must reserve a spot at this private function. You can choose a table or an individual bar stool and enjoy an exclusive
well, that
dinner
sounds good to me.
with many of the Twins players. It's coming up on June 11th. So make your plans tonight to hang with the majors. Visit twinsbaseball.com. Click on the community tab to get more info.
Ken Herbeck up here, when I said the pitchers are the best athlete, he threw up on our floor. We have to clean it up in here.
1-0 to Ke'aiahui. DeVries comes out of the game after a couple of 1-2-3 or one 1-2-3 inning. Remember, in Chicago, one of the reasons he went out in the 6th inning, he had a 1-2-3 4th and a 1-2-3 5th. And so the Twins felt, all right, he's finally found something. They sent him out there, and the 2 batters later, the 2 home runs.
Oh, he left a couple pitches up, that breaking ball to Konerko, and then the fastball middle in to Rios.
Lifts it foul. It is over by the tarp and back into the seats. 2-1. To the A's first baseman. Great stop at second by Jamie Carroll, and he throws him out. Manchin has a 1-2-3 inning, and he gets a little help from Jamie Carroll.
Tomorrow, first pitch at 12:10. We are on air at 11:30, and it's looking cool at Target Field. Temperatures in the 50s with a mixture of clouds and sunshine and only a light wind out of the northwest.
Well, we'll be enjoying outdoor baseball while you're stuck in a cabin on a flight flying down to hot and humid Florida. So there.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll keep you posted on my scores.
You're going to play golf every day down there.
I'm going to try, yes.
Joe Mauer leading off the Twins 6th. And a pitch up on the way, ball 1. Mauer, Willingham, and Morneau trying to break through against Parker, who's given up just 3 hits, and he's pitched his best when the Twins have had a scoring threat, as they had in the 5th, 4th, 1st, and 3rd inning. 2-0. Foul away. Joe took a nasty foul tip to the mask last night. Paled in comparison to what happened to Kurt Suzuki. I talked with Suzuki briefly before the game today. He said, yeah, he's fine to catch, but he's using a new mask. The one that took that foul tip right around the forehead area dented and didn't want to use it again.
You see by our Fox track, every pitch has been either down or away. Nothing in on Joe so far.
And the hits that he's gotten over this last week and a half have almost all gone to center and to left field.
Now they're going to try to go inside, and Joe fouled it off.
So far tonight, a warning track fly ball to left field, and then a slicing fly ball line drive, whichever, into the corner, again caught by Cowgill. Tap to the right side. Weeks from the outfield grass throws him out. And that'll bring up Willingham. Willingham 0 for 2. Fly to right and a strikeout.
Well, you'd look at Parker and say, boy, this is a keeper for the Oakland A's, but don't be surprised 2 years later they trade him somewhere else. How about Gio Gonzalez? I mean, a left-hander that now with the Nationals having a great year.
In most markets, signing players you want to keep to their first big contracts is easy. It's the second big contract that becomes tough. Torrey Hunter, an example of that for the Twins. The Twins were able to sign one big contract with Torrey, and then they decided it was just going to be too expensive the second time around. With Oakland, the first contract tends to be too expensive for them. Fouled back 1-2. And that gets back to what we said before, the constant turnover. We thought they had their closer for the next couple of years, Andrew Bailey. Boom, gone to Boston.
I think until they get a new stadium or get that stadium situation handled in Oakland, it will continue to be that way.
Well, I was checking today. They say the people who cover the A's, there's no progress of any substantive nature. The A's would like to be able to move to San Jose. That's in the Giants' territory. Giants, understandably, I guess, don't want to give that up for nothing. 2-2. And Willingham on that changeup again, it looked like.
Yeah, he struck him out last time up on the big curveball right there. A great changeup. And Parker picks up his fourth strikeout.
And now for the CenturyLink high-speed pitch.
Well, Paul Vries started the ball game, clocked as high as 91, and Parker at 96.
Twins don't have many hits, but the ones they have been well hit, including Morneau's double to left center field in the fourth. Up and away, ball one. Morneau very likely will be pitched very carefully here. He's swinging the bat well, made solid contact against Parker his last time up. There's a strike. And Parker seems to have had his way, getting a lot of swings and misses from the on-deck hitter, Ryan Doman. 1-1. Breaking ball away.
And in this part of the ball game as a pitcher, that's kind of where you want to stay, is away. You don't want to make a mistake, especially with a breaking ball or something inside where Justin can turn on it.
Hooked it fair into the corner. Hits the corner wall, and Morneau will likely be held for a single. Here he is trying for two. And safe at second base. As we look for signs of encouragement that Justin Morneau is back to where he was or close to it, that's a pretty good sign right there.
Kei Kaihui was playing down that line, but Justin smoked this ball past him. And watch this ball hit the wall. A lot of times we'll see to Karam, and you can see it Karam right there. Reddick has to come in by the time he did it. Good base running by Justin, very aggressively. And sliding in feet first. Getting that foot on the bag. Pennington, a quick sweep. But Justin with his second double of the ball game.
Suzuki to the mound. So Morneau with a pair of doubles.
Yeah, what made that is the way that he went out of that batter's box. You know, he didn't gingerly run to first. He ran hard, and he already made up his mind he was going to try to make it to second base, and he did. Watch Justin right here, hustling out of the box. And right here, he doesn't have to talk to Jerry White. I mean, it's all-out hustle right there for Justin. And slides in safely.
Doman takes ball one. Another off-speed pitch. Doman struck out in the second. Ended up walking in the fourth, but again seemed to have a hard time timing Parker's changeup.
Hey, Ron Coomer, you're right down there in that camera wall. You watch Justin round first pretty aggressively.
Yeah, great hustle, as you said. We're out of the box, and then he had a great turn at first base. I know we've talked that as an instructional. He hit the outside or the inside corner of the bag and was only 2 feet out of the baseline as he was going into second base. And that really made the double just by the turn, the hustle out of the box, and the turn at first base. Bang, bang play. It's always one step. Either makes it or breaks you. And that was a great turn and a great hustle by Justin.
Doman ends up getting an intentional walk to fill first base.
Yeah, they fell behind 2-0, and they didn't want to take the chance right there. Now you have Brian Dozier coming up with 2 outs and a couple of runners on. Same situation he came into up on in the 4th inning.
In the 4th, he had a fly ball to Reddick. As well as Parker has pitched, the Twins have had plenty of men in scoring position. They've not been able to get hits when they needed them. Revere had a 1-out double. Span ended up at third base with 2 gone in the 3rd. Foul back and out of play.
Well, so far in this ball game, Dick, both teams have had plenty of chances to get a big 2-out hit, but have yet to produce.
Dozier hitless in his last 12 at bats.
Good time to break out of it right here.
To the right field corner. And into the seats. 1-2. I think what I'm seeing up here, though, is Dozier trying to hit the ball to the opposite field, waiting and letting the ball get in toward home plate rather than pulling off the ball.
We had a couple balls sharply yesterday to left field.
Levin's warming up.
Now this will be pitch number 99 for Parker.
1-2 to Dozier. Another one. Hammered foul down the right field line.
I knew nothing about hitting Ron Coomer down there, but I know when hitters are struggling a little bit, what they're trying to do is square up that ball and hit it back up the middle if they can, rather than trying to, say, pull the ball or...
Yeah, for sure. And the thing is Dozier's trying to get a pitch that he can drive maybe through that hole. They've been pitching him away at times, and you see his front hip coming out just a little bit, and the barrel just kind of dropping, and that's why he's getting the ball in the air to right field. If he can stay on top of that ball a little bit, he might be able to shoot this hole between first and second.
Are you thinking up the middle, Ron, say when you struggled throughout your career?
Yeah, if I was really struggling, I would try to let the ball get to me, and then I would aim to try to hit a line drive over the second baseman's head. That really cut my hands in and my front shoulder in, Bert.
2-2 to Dozier. Hit right to Weeks. Bobbles it. Throws to first, not in time. A routine ground ball, the second Oakland error, and the inning continues.
Well, sometimes this game is of breaks right here. This is just a ground ball to Weeks. Very steady second baseman, and the ball kind of came up on him a little bit. And Dozier hustling out of the box. So we'll see if the Twins can take advantage of this error for Weeks. His 5th error of the year. And for the A's, their second of the ball game, their 32nd on the season.
Bases loaded. First 2 men retired this inning. Then the double, the intentional walk, now the error. And Trevor Plouffe to the plate. Single to center his last time up. Fouled it back, 1 strike. One strike to Plouffe. And a pitch up high, 1-1.
Yeah, Plouffe last time up led off to the bottom of the 5th inning. Looked like a slider that stayed up that he hit back up the middle into center field for a base hit. 2 fastballs so far from Parker.
And in the dirt, blocked by Suzuki, 2-1.
It's that changeup.
Morneau doubled with 2 out. Doman was intentionally walked. Dozier reached on the Weeks error. 2-1. Chopper to short. And they get the force at second. And the Twins leave the bases full. And we remain scoreless going to the 7th. Without any runs.
Gotta love these pitchers' duels, but both starters. Parker, I thought, has pitched outstanding, especially that last inning when he picked up his defense. But Cole Vries, yeah, he struggled through 5 innings. The 4th and 5th innings were outstanding. Needed a couple double plays, turned behind him. He got some big outs when he needed them. And the family, the Vries family, very happy at 5 shutout innings. We got a 0-0 ball game going into the 7th inning.
Great reaction from his father. And so we go to the 7th. Jeff Manship had a 1-2-3 6th. And he'll face the bottom third of the Oakland lineup, starting with Kurt Suzuki. And Suzuki takes ball 1. Suzuki with a liner to Plouffe at third base, and then a fly ball to left. Two and 0. Parker hoping his team can score him some runs.
105 pitches, so I'm sure his night is done.
There's one on the outside corner, 2-1. White Sox beat Tampa Bay 7-2. The White Sox keep rolling along. And with that win, the White Sox move into first place in the division. That peels the mask off of Doman.
We saw it twice in yesterday's ball game. You talked about Suzuki, Mauer getting one off the mask, and here Ryan Doman
around the chin area. 2-2. And a liner over the head of Dozier, a base hit. Suzuki's aboard with a leadoff hit here in the 7th. Coco Crisp to the plate. Minnesota leads all of baseball in double plays turned. And what may be surprising are the guys that have turned them. Read Tyler Mason's story at foxsportsnorth.com. Here's Crisp. He walked, stole second, finished at third base in the third inning, and doubled down the right field line in the fourth and was left at second base.
Gotta watch for the bunt here too. Yep.
Crisp showed bunt, pulled the bat back, ball one.
Crisp with one sacrifice on the year.
Manship will throw to first. Sliding into second, Suzuki, one away.
A second sacrifice for the Oakland A's, advancing a runner. Pennington sacrificing in the third inning.
And Pennington will hit with Suzuki at second and one away. Pennington spelled at short by Rosales last night or yesterday, back in the lineup at short tonight.
With a runner at second base, Ryan Doman just wanting to make sure, since Manship just getting called up, what sign they're using. Ryan Dunsing getting loose.
And Ron Gardenhire coming out here, and he's going to bring Dunsing into the ballgame. So a little stalling tactic, allowing Dunsing a little extra time to warm up. And Pennington will hit against Dunsing. Manship goes an inning and a third, allows one hit. He's responsible for the runner at second base. Pat on the back from Ron Gardenhire as he comes out here in the seventh inning. You can follow the Twins with MLB.com at Bat 12 for your iPhone, iPad, Android, BlackBerry, or Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and much more. Text at Bat to 31826 or visit twinsbaseball.com for details.
Well, Ryan Dunsing coming in from the bullpen, making his 22nd relief appearance. He last worked on Saturday when he relieved Carl Pavano, worked 2 2/3 innings of shutout baseball. The Tigers' 6-3 win. Dunsing has allowed only 17 hits in 24 2/3 innings.
Pennington, the batter.
You turn Pennington as a right-handed hitter, where really both sides of the plate he's been struggling this year. His only home run coming as a left-handed hitter, hitting .204 as a right-hander. He came into the game hitting only .207 as a left-handed hitter.
First pitch misses, a breaking pitch, and now down and in, and it's 2-0. Twins won a one-run ball game yesterday, and they did it without using Dunsing or Glenn Perkins. Neither left-hander was on the to-be-used list by manager Ron Gardenhire. They both had been kind of overloaded with relief work. Hit hard but foul. In Dunsing's case, he pitched both before and after the rain delay here the other night. That kind of took a little starch out of his collar, and so the Twins wanted to back off a little bit and give him a day off. He got that. Now he's back in there, and Perkins too is available tonight.
Yep.
2-1 to Pennington.
Remember, Perkins pitched in all 3 of those games against the Tigers.
And time called. It's straight up in the air near second base. Dozier under it. 2 down. And that'll bring up Jemile Weeks. Weeks, too, a switch hitter, a little bit better from the right side than the left. And Doman out to the mound to have a chat with Dunsing. And a rain delay at Fenway Park with the Red Sox leading Detroit 6-3. And the new leader in the clubhouse in the American League Central, Chicago White Sox, who won 7 in a row. And they're now a half game ahead of the Indians.
Yeah, Cleveland losing 8-2 to KC.
Hits the outside corner. Tough break for the Indians. In a span of 48 hours, they lost their number 3, number 4, and number 5 hitter to injury. Cabrera, Santana, and Hafner. Drupal Cabrera with a hamstring injury, Santana with a concussion, and Hafner with a knee problem. Up the middle, it hits Manship and trickles into right field. Suzuki didn't know whether to start, stop, go. He ended up being held at third base. So Dunsing getting hit by a pitch, and he's trying to walk it off. First and third, 2 away.
Might have saved a run right there because that ball looked like it was going to go up the middle. And Weeks hitting that ball right back at Brian Dunsing and then deflected over towards second base. Well, you got the right heel area.
Where that bone sticks out on the inside of your foot. So 2 hits in the inning, first and third, and a little confusion as to where that ball was going to end up. I think if Mike Gallego knew where it was going to end up,
he would have sent Suzuki.
Right.
But the way that Carroll went after it, if he stops that ball, they may have a play at home. Well, that's a tough call for a third base coach. Watch Suzuki right here. Again, you have to rely on your coach right here. Mike Gallego going up the line. Now, he didn't really pick Gallego up. Gallego was up the line, closer to home plate.
So first and third, and Dunsing's going to give it a go here, pitching to Colin Cowgill. Cowgill hitting left-handed pitching very well. And he'll take a swing here, at least one, against Brian Dunsing. 0 for 2 with a walk. He lined out to Span his last time up. Down and away, ball 1. Cowgill's peppered left-handed pitching pretty well. Breaking ball, and Doman with a block, 2-0. Want to go after Cowgill, as effective as he's been against lefties, because Reddick has been Oakland's hottest hitter. Crushed a couple balls last night. Two and 0. That's on the outside corner.
Oh, working away. Dunsing clipping the corner.
Chopped foul, 2-2. Each team with an abundance of chances here to get the game's first run, and a chance here for the A's in the 7th. Weeks getting a base hit off of Dunsing, literally. And now 2-2 to the Oakland left fielder. Toward the hole, it'll bleed through, and the A's finally get the hit to score the first run. Not hit particularly well, but in a good spot. Suzuki scores from third, and it's 1-0 Oakland.
Yeah, Cowgill, who got 3 hits in yesterday's ballgame, looked like a breaking ball, got the barrel of the bat out, and found that hole between third and short. Picks up his 6th RBI, the ball down, but hit in the right spot. Mosher diving for it, and it hits in the left field.
So now 2 aboard, 1 run in. And Josh Reddick will hit. Reddick tonight 0 for 2 with a walk.
And run charge to Jeff Manship.
And excuse me, check swing dribbler to Dunsing, and that ends the inning. The A's get 1, leave 2 on 3 singles in the 7th.
Sports North is brought to you by McDonald's. Quench your thirst. Get any size soft drink or sweet tea for just $1. And by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T. Rethink possible.
Well, the Twins came back late in the game yesterday to pull out a win. The A's get the first run of the game. Cowgill's single to left. So the Twins try to play catch up and try to steal one from the A's again here in the late innings, starting now in the bottom of the seventh.
Well, the bullpen for the Oakland A's, one of their strengths this year, combined 2.70 ERA out of that bullpen. The first one out today is Jerry Blevins. Blevins making his 18th appearance, 22 innings pitched. He's allowed only 14 hits. Now, he has walked 10 with two intentional with 20 strikeouts. Blevins in his 6th season with the Oakland A's.
And Carroll takes a strike down the middle. It'll be Carroll, Span, and Revere here in the Twins 7th.
Blevins a tall drink of water, 6'6", about 180 pounds.
And strike two. Carroll, Span, and Revere, right-handed batter and two lefties. One and two.
That's a slider right there that misses outside. A fastball in the low 90s. Big curveball. A changeup. And then that last pitch, the slider.
Carroll, half swing, went too far. Blevins gets the strikeout to start the 7th.
Fastball in and just kind of tied up Carroll. So Blevins comes in. The fastball inside. Carroll unable to hold up.
That'll bring up Span. Span's walked a couple of times. Takes a strike. Span against left-handers this year, hitting .269. 14 hits, couple of doubles.
I said 180, but they have him at 175. He's lost weight.
Major League per diem isn't what it used to be. 2 strikes to Span. One of Span's strengths has been his ability to stay competitive against left-handed pitching, draw walks against lefties. And he has drawn 6 walks against 7 strikeouts against left-handed pitching. In a tough spot here, though, 0-2. And a breaking pitch spun foul over the A's dugout. Span and the question marks during the offseason. He's answered them all. He's played just about every game, hitting over 300 like we've grown accustomed to him doing. Dribbler in front of K.I. Ahui, and he goes to the bag, 2 down. The Our Family section has ticket availability for upcoming games in June. Get a ticket, and the alcohol-free section receive a free Schweigert hot dog and Pepsi. Pricing and details on the Our Family section. Visit twinsbaseball.com. 2 gone. Here's Ben Revere. Slapped a double to left his first time up.
Tell you what, Blevins on Carroll went inside, got in the kitchen right there, and Carroll unable to hold up and get that strikeout right there. Did a good job of getting inside the Denard Span.
Bluffing a bunt, taking a ball. Revere started the game with a .291 batting average. Over the head of the pitcher, and Revere a line drive bunt for a 2-out single.
Well, we just showed you that Blevins is 6'6", so this ball just must have been maybe about 7 feet over the head of the pitcher. The smile of Ben Revere. Blevins leaping up but unable to get it. Yeah, maybe a little more than 7 feet, maybe about 10. Wow. So Revere gets his second hit of the ball game, only the 5th for the Twins.
Let's see if the Twins send Revere here. Mauer at the plate. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Big leg kick and strike one delivered to Mauer.
Not only the big leg kick, just that little bit of hesitation too that kind of freezes that potential base stealer in Ben Revere. Saw that yesterday from Blackley, the starter for the Oakland A's. Right there. You know, Kurt Young, the pitching coach, was a left-handed pitcher, so I'm sure they worked a lot of that on his left-handers in spring training and throughout the season. Kurt Young currently on the phone out to the bullpen or ordering a pizza.
Mauer's average against left-handers this year, .391.
Blevins did the slide step on that one. Look at those numbers for Joe. He hangs in there tough because a lot of the lefties, you know, get that ball away and Joel just go with it. Revere with 3 stolen bases and 3 attempts at first.
Foul back, and it's 1-2. The only batters in the American League who've hit left-handed pitching better than Mauer are a couple of righties, Derek Jeter and Michael Young. Josh Hamilton hitting .367 against lefties with power. 1-2 here to Mauer. Extra base hit or a well-placed single would score Ben Revere from first. Fastball strikes him out. We head to the 8th. The A's have a 1-0 lead.
Authority of the Minnesota Twins that may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins, LLC.
That just occurred to me. That's the last time we'll hear you read this for a while.
I'm just taking a week off and just not going on the road trip, not doing tomorrow's game, just going to miss some games. My golf game's just kind of, gone to heck, so I got to work on that. Ron Coomer, Roy Smalley's doing tomorrow's game.
Right,
Ron Coomer on the road.
Well, Dunsing out there to face.
I'll miss you, partner. I'll miss you.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. Stay in touch. Write.
Okay.
Send a telegram.
I'll tweet. And I don't think people don't write anymore. When's the last time you wrote a letter?
Well, I wasn't a very good letter writer before the social media, the emailing, and all that.
So you're tweeting now?
Well, yeah.
I'll tweet you, and I have your phone number. I'll send you.
Okay. All right. But you know what?
Text.
You can't. It's a misnomer now to call your, what we carry on our hips or in our pockets phones, because that's the minimal use now. You don't use it actually to talk to people anymore. You text people and tweet and check Facebook.
I still like calling.
Yeah, I do too. Much to my children's dismay. 1-1. Smith, Inge, and Keayahui in the 8th inning. It's a device. It's not a phone anymore.
Well, I used to like the pagers. They page you.
Oh, is that right?
You could call like 3 days later and say you can't find a phone. You can't hide it anymore.
You were probably one of those guys that paged yourself just to look important, right? Excuse me, I got to take this.
Yeah. I'll be back.
1-2 to Smith. Each team with 5 hits, but the A's got the money hit. The 2-out single that scored Suzuki from third base. Ripped to the gap in left center. Span's got to hustle to get there. He does. Smith will make a big turn and hold.
Oh, good job.
With a single.
Good job by Span right there. As you mentioned, hustle over there and keep Smith at first. That ball looked like it was going to be an extra base hit right there, but Span hustling over. Smith looked like a breaking ball, just went with it. Span got a great jump, got it back in quickly.
So Dunsing finishes the 7th and starts the 8th, but gives up a leadoff hit. That's what led to the A's getting a run in the 7th. So Ron Gardenhire will make a pitching change and bring in Jared Burton. Top of the 8th inning. We talked about the series finale. We are televising it tomorrow. Pregame show at 11:30. Tyson Ross, who's really had a tough time against left-handed batters, will probably face a bunch of them in the lineup tomorrow. And if it's not the most important start of Francisco Liriano's career, it's in the top 5.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, Liriano needs to come out early and throw strikes. Not as much the first inning. He's done well the first inning. It's the second inning on. And Ricky Anderson, the pitching coach right there, hopes that Liriano can have a very steady and consistent outing tomorrow.
Brandon Inge will stand in against Jared Burton.
Burton making his 21st relief appearance, only 2 walks in 18 2/3 innings with 17 strikeouts.
So Burton comes in after the leadoff single, bounced into a double play, single in the fourth, and then hit a hot smash that Dunsing speared in the sixth.
Yeah, it's been 5+ innings where the Twins haven't turned a double play. Let's see if they get one right here. Inge hit into a double play last night and hit into a double play in his first at bat here tonight in the second inning.
One and 0 from Burton. And now a strike, 1-1. Twins use Burton in back-to-back days. Ron Gardenhire said today they don't want to make a habit of that, but Burton came to him the other day and said, I feel great. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, the reason is because April of last year he had right shoulder surgery, and kind of, last year was kind of a rehab year when he came back, and there's that changeup right there that just the bottom just drops out of it.
He showed me the other day in Detroit it is a circle change, but you can see it just drop as it gets to home plate. Fox Tracks brought to you by Carrier.
We saw Jared Parker with the Oakland A's have a good changeup, and there's that movement right there.
2-2.
Gerard Parker.
And Burton gets a strikeout for out number 1.
That looked like the slider right there after a couple pitches. Well, maybe a fastball. It's clocked at 87.
K.I. Hui. Ross struggling against left-handers. Tomorrow's starting pitcher. Lefties are hitting .425 against him this year. So you can imagine a lineup with Span, Revere, Mauer, Morneau, Domet.
You might have some righties hitting lefty tomorrow.
See, who else will they throw out there? Casilla. Be as left-handed as they can get, I would imagine, tomorrow. Trying to win yet tonight. It's 1-0 to K.I. Hui. And a strike on the outside corner. We're not seeing much velocity from Burton. He's trying to get by here with pinpoint control.
Grant Belfour worked in last night's ball game, getting loose. I keep saying last night, it was yesterday's ball game.
Domet didn't block it, but I think Brian Runge did. I think that ball got by the catcher and was blocked instead by the ankle of the home plate umpire.
Well, that changeup hits off the shin guard. For Ryan Domet.
It's a 2-1 to the A's first baseman. We've had 1 run, 11 hits, and we're already 2 hours and 35 minutes into this game. This has been a very slowly played game for some reason.
Yeah, 17 men left on base so far.
3-1 with Suzuki on deck. And ordinarily, you're in the 8th inning. It's a 1-0 ball game, and you're just now touching about 2 hours worth of game time. And a walk will put runners now at first and second with 1 away.
Yeah, only the 3rd walk of the season for Burton.
And now Suzuki will bat. Suzuki singled leading off the 7th, scored the only run of the game. He's also lined to 3rd and hit a fly ball to left. strike. People who know what it takes to catch, and the guy who does what you do for Minnesota TV, for Oakland television, Ray Fosse, nobody knows more about catching than him. Always had high praise for Suzuki and how he's handled a constantly evolving and revolving pitching staff, and the job he does behind the plate. And he hasn't hit for much yet this year, but you wonder how much of his offensive struggles can be attributed to the fact that he's working with a new pitching staff every year.
Every year, year after year. This is his 6th season with the Oakland A's. He's a career 260 hitter coming into this year. He came into the game hitting only 211.
One and one.
Ray Fosse working with Glenn Kuiper. Wayne Kuiper, his brother, he and I were teammates in Cleveland. Wayne Kuiper now with the San Francisco Giants doing the play-by-play.
Inside, nearly hit him. And Burton wobbling with his control a little bit. 13 pitches, only 5 strikes.
There you go. Mr. Kuiper wanted to be Glenn Kuiper, wanted to be circled. And Glenn, you are hereby circled.
A request and a $20 bill goes a long way, doesn't it? And now 3-1. Crisp on deck. The Twins trying to keep this a 1-0 ball game, but Burton has a strikeout and a walk. Anthony Swarzak warming up in a hurried fashion.
Yeah, Burton not as effective as we've seen him as far as throwing strikes and balls. He's kind of all over the place right now.
A little pop up right side. Infield fly rule should be called, and is. Infield fly rule meaning the batter's out, runners advance at their own risk. If for some reason Carroll dropped the ball, batter is out, and if the runners want to try to advance, they can. 2 down.
He was able to get this fastball up and in, and you can see kind of Suzuki just getting underneath that to create the pop-up.
Here's Crisp. Actually had a productive night at the plate. Drew a walk in the 3rd, stole his 30th base row without being thrown out. Was left on at 3rd base, doubled down the right field line in the 4th, was left at 2nd base. And then laid down a sacrifice bunt in the 7th. Crisp is center fielder almost exclusively in his major league career, and when the A's signed Yoenis Cespedes, they gave the center field job to the Cuban player and moved Crisp over to left. He didn't like it, and now when Cespedes comes back, Crisp may remain in center field and Cespedes may move.
Okay, that's where he's doing a lot of his rehab in left field.
2 strikes to Crisp.
Yeah, Chris first came up with the Indians, stayed there till 2005. Then a young kid named Grady Sizemore kind of chased him out of there. He went to the Boston Red Sox, also spent time with the Royals.
Fouled back. Crisp keeps the at-bat alive. Two strikes to Crisp. Domit blocks most of it, 1-2.
You know, you saw him put his chin on that right shoulder, and you have to think of Ken Griffey Jr. He was always doing that kind of I guess it keeps your head still. Remember, he used to play the piano with his fingers too when he first came up. He's softened that a little bit.
Foul. Bob Innsmikowski had a fielding chance over there, and I see the ball still rolling.
What happened, Bob? Good to have Robbie Innsmikowski back.
And some neck surgery.
And brain surgery.
2-for-1 special. You buy one, you get one free.
The neck surgery worked, the brain, I don't know.
1-2 to Crisp. To center. Span has to play it on a hop. And Crisp delivers another big hit. And the A's take a 2-0 lead. Smith scoring from second base.
Coco Crisp picking up his second hit, picking up just his 6th RBI of the year. A fastball. Crisp just lining it in their center field. Denard Span thought about it, but had to play it on that first hop. And the Oakland A's score 1 in the 7th and add 1 here in the top of the 8th.
Now Pennington with runners at first and second.
That run charged to Brian Dunsing.
So 1 run charge to Manship, now 1 charge to Dunsing. Pennington grounds it to short. Looked at second through the first to end the inning. A walk, a couple of singles, and a 2-0 Oakland lead.
Nothing Athletics over the Twins. Twins going to try to salvage it. We've got our coverage that continues immediately after the final out is recorded on Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink. We're going to talk about Justin Morneau and his healthy swing that is back tonight. And as good as ever with 2 doubles tonight. Ron Gardenhire's post-game press conference. Get his thoughts on Cole DeVries' second big league start, first time here in Minnesota. And our instructional tonight is a pretty good one. We're going to discuss pitchers fielding with a few of our assorted experts. Bert Blyleven, don't know how he got the title expert, but Ron Coomer, Roy Smalley, Tim Laudner, the rest of the gang. They're going to go over pitchers fielding tonight. Bert, I know you did a lot of that, and you'll be on the field along with Ron Coomer going over that. Just to defend myself, that last ball that I missed was a howitzer to begin with, and it deflected about 6 times and landed back on the field. That's all I have to say.
Accountability, Robbie. Yes. Accountability. It was hit right at you.
Always an excuse.
Josh Willingham will lead off the 8th against Grant Balfour. It'll be the 4, 5, and 6 batters for the Twins, remembering that in yesterday's game, the Twins got a couple of runs in the 8th. We'll see if they can do some damage here in the 8th inning tonight.
Yeah, those runs coming off a right-handed thrower, Ryan Cook, but Grant Balfour in yesterday's ballgame, an inning and a third of shutout baseball through 17 pitches. Balfour making his 26th relief appearance.
Willingham 0 for 3, a fly ball and a pair of strikeouts. Off the plate, ball 1.
The man has his rally cap on.
Again outside, 2-0.
Balfour with a good fastball, very good slider. And a changeup. Occasional curveball.
Started the year as the Oakland closer. Now it's Brian Fuentes. Popped up, back and out of play, 2-1. Balfour with 7 saves. Now Fuentes has 4. Melvin said Balfour out of the closer's role now. Got more stuff than Brian Fuentes does. Throws harder. And at some point might reclaim the closer's job for the A's. Two and 1 to Willingham. He's hoping to get some production from the middle of their lineup. Strike call, 2-2. Willingham thought it was ball 3.
Yeah, a little hard slider. Good location, down and away. Suzuki sitting down and away.
And as teams have done for the last 2 weeks anyway, working Willingham consistently away and off the plate.
Yeah, you don't want to make a mistake in where you can jack that ball over the left field fence.
Ball 4, Willingham walks. Morneau, who has 2 doubles, representing the tying run. Morneau has 3 doubles in his last 4 plate appearances, but the key double in the 8th inning last night, just a well-placed pop-up down the left field line. Morneau away for the same reason.
Away. I forgot to say earlier in the ballgame, happy 85th birthday to Kenny Burns from Spencer, Iowa. So, Kenny, happy birthday to you. I know he's watching. See if Justin can get hold of a pitch right here from Grant Balfour. Tie this game up.
1-0. And Suzuki trying to get Balfour back over the plate. Spikes the ball in his glove. So a dangerous pitch, and this is one of those situations with Swarzak and Perkins warming up in the Twins bullpen where you've fallen behind somebody. You've got to come in with a strike, but you don't dare get too much of the plate. Exact same situation on an 0-2 pitch that Matt Capps found himself in the other day with Miguel Cabrera. The fastball just caught too much of the plate.
Suzuki just working outer half of the plate.
3-0 with Domet on deck. So Morneau's got to be green lighted here. You would think, wouldn't you, if he gets something on the inner half?
He's got to get a pitch that he thinks he can drive over that fence. Oh, wow. That might have been more outside than ball 3. And Justin thought it was.
Turn that into a good thing. Now you get a chance to swing the bat. There's ball 4. Didn't Willie Horton, when you were pitching to him once, say, after you complained about a pitch like that, said you want it to be ball 4 or a strike? It can be a strike.
Yeah, I said, no, sir, Mr. Horton, go ahead and go to first.
So first and second, nobody out. Kurt Young to the mound. Be careful what you wish for, right?
Oh, yes. I did not want to fool with Mr. Horton.
Well, now Domet, who has drawn a pair of walks, one of them intentionally.
Balfour showing some emotion out there, pretty upset at himself for walking the first 2 batters.
In last night's game, he pitched an inning and a third. He walked 1 man, and it was Alexi Casilla. So the Twins don't have a hit against him, but he's issued 3 walks in an inning and a third. Doman with a chance to do some damage. Really swinging the bat well before he tweaked his calf muscle. Now trying to get back in the groove.
He struck out in the second inning, then walked in the fourth, and then intentionally walked in the sixth.
Last home run coming on May 8th. And we'll see whether Balfour tries to work him away. It's the outside corner.
Now breaking ball for strike one.
Twins don't have much speed on the bases with Willingham at second, Morneau at first. Not much speed, but some power at the plate. Doman flew out. There's a little pop fly. Infield fly rules called. Doman gone. Doman flew out to left field against Balfour last night. Here he sends a little pop up to Pennington, one away.
He kind of jammed himself right there to create that little pop up. Going inside, and Doman trying to get the barrel of the bat out.
Now Dozier 0 for 3 tonight. The hitless streak now reaching 13. It's called a strike two. Looked outside from up here. One strike. Balfour, after the two opening walks to start the inning, now hitting the corners he was trying to hit in the Willingham and Morneau at bats.
Dozier faced Balfour in yesterday's ball game, hit a fly ball to left field.
Hit high and fairly deep to center, but Crisp is there. Willingham advances to third. Morneau stuck at first. 2 down now for Trevor Plouffe. Plouffe, a single to center and a couple of ground balls. Plouffe hit a fly ball to right against Balfour last night, or yesterday.
Also hit a home run yesterday, got you some points and hit the stick.
Yes. If Balfour makes a mistake on the inner half of the plate, he can do it again tonight. Get somebody else some points. And a breaking ball again. A first pitch breaking pitch for a strike. Balfour trying to pitch around a couple of walks here in the 8th, trying to protect a 2-0 lead. One and two.
Flipping the corner on that fastball. Plouffe asking home plate umpire Brian Unge if that pitch was outside. Box tracks.
One and two to Plouffe. Popped up down the right field line. Reddick slides and watches it go a couple rows back.
Good effort by Reddick right there, going a long way.
Big spot here for Trevor Plouffe. Twins have been looking for a 2-out hit all night long. Got him with a high breaking ball. And the Twins take a couple of walks to start the inning. And Balfour pitches out of the jam.
On my arm as a starter, was something that I wasn't able to overcome. And the more I started, the more my velocity dropped. And I think with the bullpen here, it's that adrenaline. It's getting out there in a situation and knowing that if I come into an inning as a reliever, I got 15, 17 pitches. And whereas a starter, you're thinking 10, 12. And, I can get out there and just let it go.
Basically air it out. That's the conversation I had with Glenn Perkins about a week ago about these type of situations coming in and maybe, giving it all you've got for one inning. As a starter where Perkins was at one time, he said, you know what, you have to kind of baby yourself through, hopefully go deep into the ball game. But as a reliever, rear back, let it go.
Jemile Weeks takes inside, ball one. Weeks, Cowgill, Reddick in the Oakland ninth.
Well, as a reliever, you see outstanding numbers compared to his starting role. Fastball at 94. He's not even loose yet. Let's see 96, 97 for Perkins.
Borno watches it drift back and out of play. The Twins have had a long history of starters being converted to relievers and having great success. LaTroy Hawkins, Eddie Guardado.
Well, even Rick Aguilera always wanted to kind of start.
Yeah. Started games when he first came over. Yep. Weak strikes out. Perkins quickly dispatches him, one away.
Yeah, nasty slider down and in.
John's delivery of the game came from Cowgill in the seventh, driving in the first run of the game.
Yeah, with a couple of runners on and 2 outs. A's were looking for a hit, and they got it off the bat of Cowgill. That gave the A's a 1-0 lead in the seventh inning.
Cowgill with 4 hits in the series. Inside ball one. A's are not going to score a bunch of runs. The wins that they've had as they try to end a 6-game losing streak have tended to be more like tonight's game, where they've outpitched you. And so far they've done that.
Yeah, Oakland A's as a team, they have 5 team shutouts. Only the Angels have more in the American League.
Brief while he was a relief pitcher for the Twins. Brian Fuentes been with Oakland and now is their closer. He's warming up for the bottom of the ninth. 2-1. Three and one. And now 3-2. Quick turnaround for both teams tomorrow. We've got a noon game, and it is on television. Then the Twins have, well, the off day really isn't an off day. The Twins are flying to Cleveland Thursday night to open up a 6-game road trip. 3 with Cleveland, 3 with Kansas City. And Cowgill draws a 1-out walk. I'll bring up Josh Reddick. Red Sox beat the Tigers 6-3 at a rain delay late in that game, but it is a 6-3 final, and it did go 8.5 innings. Perkins sticks a fastball on the outside corner. So Kansas City and Chicago win out of the Central. Cleveland, Detroit, they are losers, and the Twins are behind here 2-0. Domet blocks it, throw to second, not in time with Cowgill. Scampering to second as soon as he saw that pitch was headed for the dirt.
He got a great jump right there. You have to be ready, and that's one thing that Cowgill did right there. He's got some speed, so he was ready in case that ball was in the dirt. Exactly what happened. See Domet knocking that ball down, but Cowgill sliding in safely.
So it'll be a wild pitch charge to Perkins and a 1-1 count to Reddick. Big swing and a miss, 1-2. Have issued 7 walks in the ball game so far. Not one has scored.
That's what we were talking about when Perk said he can air it out.
96, but high, and it's 2-2. McClellan says no swing. It's a full count. A lot of pitches thrown in this game, and even Perkins has had a hard time throwing strikes. 15 pitches and only 7 strikes. Seth Smith on deck. Perkins upset with himself as he delivers high, and a couple of 1-out walks here in the 9th.
A second walk for Perkins. 8 walks given to the Oakland A's in this ball game. 5 by Cole Vries, 1 by Burton, and 2 for Perkins.
Johnny Gomes is going to hit for Smith. Gomes struck out to end the ball game last night.
Yeah, Gomes, a designated hitter in yesterday's ball game. Couple walks, 0 for 3 with a couple strikeouts. Gomes in his first season with the A's. last year with the Cincinnati Reds and the Nationals. Washington Nationals.
Well, Perkins delivers one really good pitch here. The Twins can get off the field. Fastball's up high. As you said before, it's been a while since the Twins have turned a double play. They turned one in the first, one in the second. Right now the A's haven't put a ball in play. The runners go. And Tolman's throw in time to get the runner. The lead runner, Cowgill, thrown out at third on a good strike from Dillman to Pluth.
Yeah, he didn't have the best of jump right there. And if you're going to steal third, you better go there standing up. It's a breaking ball. Good throw by Ryan Domet over to Pluth. The quick tag for the second out. So the A's may be running themselves out of this inning. That's a big out right there.
Trailing runner Reddick is at second base, but now with 2 outs, and the count is 2-0 to Gomes. 17 pitches, only 7 strikes for Perkins. There's a half swing. That's what happened against Caps last night. Gomes ended up striking out on a half swing. 2-1. All over the place. 3-1. He's missed high, he's missed inside, he's missed outside. Very uncharacteristically wild here tonight. Three and one. And he goes to the breaking pitch. Fastball seems to be all over the place.
Yeah, 21 pitches, only 9 strikes.
Inge in the on deck circle. Third straight walk by Glenn Perkins. And Rick Anderson's going to come out to see what in the world's going on here.
Remember, we saw Cole Vries walk 3 batters in the third inning, able to get out of it without allowing a run. I think in even that inning, Rick Anderson came out at this time in the third inning. And Vries ended up getting Smith to ground out to end the inning.
I'm not saying the Twins are superstitious. You notice the M on Perkins' cap. Twins, I think, for the first time yesterday, wore the M, the camouflage M, for Memorial Day. They won a tight ball game, and I'm wondering if that's not why they brought out the M again tonight. Baseball players aren't that superstitious, are they?
Oh, yes, they are. Oh, yes, sir.
Jamie Carroll wearing the M will lead off the bottom of the 9th. The M still an option for the players if they want to wear that on their cap. Served the Twins well in 87 and 91.
Yes, it did.
1 strike to Brandon Inge. A's have been at the plate for a long time here. Perkins has thrown 23 pitches. They haven't put a ball in play yet. Swing and a miss, 0-2.
2 good sliders, 1 for strike 1. The next one in swinging over the top.
First year of the M logo, the Twins won the World Series, and then again in 91. 2 strikes to Brandon Inge. Well, 3 sliders cleaned up the mess. The A's leave 2 aboard.
Good job by Rick Anderson.
Brian Fuentes will try to pick up the save for the A's. Here's the game reset. Just a handful of hits, a lot of walks. A couple of runs for Oakland and none for the Twins.
Parker starting for the Oakland A's. 6 shutout innings. Twins have had only 5 hits in a ball game. And Brian Fuentes coming into the ball game. Now the closer for the Oakland A's. A guy that earlier this month, picked up his 200 Major League save. Fuentes with the Twins in 2010. 203 career saves. And at one time led the American League in saves with 48 when he was with the now called Los Angeles Angels.
When he came to the Twins in 2010, he only got 1 save. It was a big one in Seattle. He came in the 9th inning, struck out Ken Griffey Jr. and pitched just a little bit for the Twins, but he really pitched well. And Twins were hoping to use a veteran bullpen to win a playoff round or two, and it didn't happen. Down low to Carroll, ball 1. Fuentes has that unique delivery.
Kind of a short armor a little bit. Good numbers for Jamie Carroll against Fuentes.
1-0. And now a strike. It'll be Carroll, Span, Revere, and the Twins would love to get Mauer, Willingham, and Morneau up here in the 9th inning as well.
Fuentes hides the ball very well, and then kind of that short arm delivery toward home plate. Yeah, there comes the ball right at the last second.
Over the course of the 2010 season, the Twins added to their bullpen Matt Capps, Brian Fuentes, Randy Flores, who didn't help much, but the Twins were bringing in a lot of relief pitchers. And Carroll with another base hit against Fuentes. A sharp single to right. And Fuentes just turns his back in disgust. He can't seem to get Carroll out. And he gives up a base hit here to start the ninth.
Well, again, as a pitcher, you fall behind on someone that, you've had not a lot of luck against. So you come in with a fastball, and it was up, and Carroll just shot it into right field. See where that pitch is, and Jamie Carroll at his finest right there, taking that pitch the other way.
Span, a couple of walks, a couple of groundouts. Hasn't gotten the ball out of the infield yet in this series. 0 for 3 in his career against Fuentes. Squaring the bunt and taking a strike.
Or maybe just trying to get injured a little bit. He was back on the grass. Of course, Bernard Span has that ball always go deep into the strike zone. A lot of times he'll slap it past that third baseman. Inge was playing back even further than you see him right now.
Twins trying to steal one against the A's here in the ninth, down 2-0. Fastball, strike 2.
Fuentes, 36 years old, 4-time All-Star. 3 times with the Colorado Rockies, once with the Angels.
Suzuki awkwardly catches ball 1. Carroll runs pretty well at first. What the Twins would love to do is get Span and or Revere on base behind him as the tying run. 1-2. Around the hands, and it evens the count. Span almost pulled the trigger on the swing. 2-2. 3-2 with Revere on deck. So Fuentes got ahead of him quickly, 0-2, and we see it so often with Span at the plate, and you blink and the count's full.
Take a look at Fuentes right here. There's that short arm. I don't think Carroll's going right here. Don't want to hit into a line drive type of double play.
Carroll stays put, and it's just off the plate, ball 4. And Fuentes barks at home plate umpire Brian Runge. And Runge looks into the Oakland dugout and addresses some verbiage from there.
Fuentes trying to hit the outer half of the plate, and it's outside. Yep. A lot of walks in this ballgame. 9 by the Twins staff, and 7 so far by the Oakland staff.
That's one of Span's strengths as a leadoff hitter. It was 0-2, and the next 4 were wide in different directions from the strike zone, and he took them all and ends up at first base. So now his speed is there on the bases, and Revere comes to the plate.
Let's see if Ben's asked to bunt right here.
And if asked, how he executes this time. Remember a couple games ago, he popped it up. Hinge about 75 feet from the plate. Keayahui started 60 feet from home plate and was rushing in.
I'd like to lay that ball down that third baseline if he can.
Well, don't bunt it to first. Keayahui is going to field it in pretty good position to get the force at third. In the air again. And Revere for the second time pops up late in a game trying to advance the runners.
Well, the Twins are out here about 3 o'clock this afternoon working on exactly this, the bunt. And the fastball again up in the zone, and we've seen that. That's the one you got to let go. And Ben Revere, you see, almost protecting himself rather than letting that ball get down about belt high, and that creates the pop-up.
So 1 down, first and second, and we'll see if Mauer can pick up Revere here. Fastball, a strike. Mauer has never faced Brian Fuentes. He has caught him. Twins get a single, a walk, and a missed bunt attempt. Inside 1-1. The Oakland outfield playing about as deeply as you'll see anybody play. Of course, they don't want a ball hit down the lines for a double or into the gaps for a double. Showed you Mauer's average against lefties this year. Struck out against Blevins in the 7th. One and one. One and two. Mauer straightens up.
We see Joe asking Brian Runge where that pitch was. Suzuki sitting inside. Good pitch.
Nice block by Suzuki. If he doesn't block that, the botched bunt attempt doesn't mean anything because the runners are in second, in scoring position at second and third.
Yeah, Fuentes has tried a couple breaking balls. They basically landed like that. And Suzuki, calling the breaking ball, anticipating that ball down and away. Good block.
2-2 to Mauer. Bounce to the right side. Keahui fires low. They get the runner span. And a nice little play by Pennington because Keahui fired a rocket down around his ankles.
Well, they wanted to get that lead runner. And Keahui making a nice play. It was a beat to Pennington down, but he does make the play. And for Joe Mauer in this at-bat, he took strike one on a fastball. And then the ball inside looked like a changeup. And then another fastball for strike two. Then the slider away that Suzuki knocks down. And then going back middle in, and Joe grounding out on the force out.
First and third, 2 down. Willingham at the plate. Off-speed pitch at 73 miles per hour, and Willingham takes it for ball one. We'll mention it again. There's only been one walk-off home run in this ballpark. A high drive, deep left center field.
That's a hell of a call.
Gone, and the Twins win it.
That is a great call, partner. Well, he played for the Oakland A's last year and hit 29 bombs. And he's getting mobbed at home plate. Josh Willingham with his 9th home run of the year. And maybe his biggest in a Twins uniform.
And one of the first to hug him, Ben Revere, who got a reprieve after failing in his bunt. Willingham crushes his 9th of the year, and the Twins wait until the 9th inning to do any scoring at all, and they win 3-2.
Wow, a fastball. They've been working them away. This ball came back in over the plate. And Willingham into the bullpen area. A big 3-run home run, and the Twins win the ball game 3-2.
Anthony LaPanta last night, the Twins got a couple in the 8th to pull out a win against